The Prime Initiative.
Hector Bravo is the host of Hector Bravo Unhinged, a military veteran, a prestigious one at that, and a former lieutenant at CDCR. Hector Bravo actually broke away from CDCR because of all the corruptive bullshit that's happening in California, especially that of the prison system. Hector Bravo is also known to not only speak up for the people that are inside, which the majority of our particular cabal likes to do, but he also speaks up for particular inmates that are being mistreated because of particular administration bullshit, right? Nonetheless, Hector Bravo is a man with the voice and he speaks up. He's spitting out the facts. He's giving you guys the truth. He's letting you know what's happening within the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Hector Bravo also had a particular film that came out, which I will also put on the link below. Hector Bravo right now is under fire. Why? Because he has a voice and he speaks facts. And just to reiterate on that, Hector Bravo is not afraid. Just like the majority of people that speak up against corruptive bullshit, not only in California and law enforcement, first responders, or all over the nation, it's hard. It's hard to do what he does. Why? Because of particular situations like we're going to talk about today. I'm going to show you guys a clip of one of his guests, which I really encourage you guys to watch this particular episode, or rather, all of his episodes really are very informative. But this one in particular, he had a female correctional officer on his show. And man, was it juicy, I gotta say. So let's just take a quick look. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put the description at the bottom below, and then we'll get into the fire that's happening.
Even the career field is male dominated. So it'll be good to hear a perspective from a former CO who started her career in 2002 at Salinas Valley State Prison and would eventually transfer to SADF, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility. So today we have none other than Cynthia. Welcome, Cynthia.
Hi, how are you, Hector? Thank you for having me.
Cool. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you were able to make that transportation over here. I'm really honored that you were to do that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Fresno
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
and attended Clovis schools. So, you know, there's that like your psych
forward a
of
little bit,
crime
guys.
professors who had been like my one professor, Dr. Scrappick, she was at Ted Bundy's execution in Florida. She
No
was there,
way.
sat on it. So I just learned so much, and of course I love school, so
Yeah.
I appreciated going through the forensics and learning all that stuff. So anyhow, back to the toolbox, the command presence, your verbal. And now, of course, we all know when that doesn't happen, when that fails.
Yep.
You start going into your use of force, like your upper,
Right.
which is going to be your physical restraints. That would be next, I believe, if they're not going to obey,
Right.
Right, your physical restraints, and
You're
then
right.
you go into the less lethal, and then
Right.
you go into lethal. And
All right, guys, you guys get the idea. This is a very good and informative podcast show, especially this particular episode for all you ladies that are currently working in some sort of correctional facility or custody setting. She speaks truth here, and it's something that maybe you guys can emulate as well, right? But let's get into the issue that's happening, that's transpiring. Of course, CDCR isn't too happy over Hector Bravo and his voice and his reach as well. Like I said, he speaks up for what is right. He gives you the facts. He speaks up for the employees that are going through issues at CDCR and also the ones that are incarcerated. So, needless to say, he is hated. He is hated by the administration staff. But you know what? Let's get into the particular letter that he just received by Google. And then you guys can let me know what you think about it. We'll go over here. There it is. All right. Read this here verbatim. I know you guys can see it perfectly clear. Google received and responded to a legal process issued by the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation compelling the release of information related to your Google account. A court order previously prohibited Google from notifying you of the legal process. What a bunch of mark-ass bitches. we are now permitted to disclose the receipt of the legal process to you. The agency reference number or case number on the legal process is right over here. For more information about the Google handles legal process, you can click on the hyperlink here. What the fuck ever. So here's the thing, guys. And this is to the public. This is exactly why people inside the system here, inside CDCR or just in general first responders, you got the probation department, you got the sheriff's department, you got the police department. This is why they can't speak up. This is why I'm completely, to be honest with you, I'm completely against particular people, first responders that are currently employed inside, right? So they're currently first responders, or they work in corrections, right? And they speak up and have a podcast. The reason being is because you get crucified like this. This is a quintessential example of why they do not speak up. This is what happens, okay? They do scare tactics like this. And this is obviously, let me see here. This is courtesy. I guess the next question that comes about is, well, who's the one that is sending out this letter? Let me get that information right here. I had it written down, but I already forgot. Stand by. All right, this is courtesy of the Cochrane Investigative Unit within CDCR. Each particular facility or state prison compound has their own investigative unit. And they're crying like a bunch of bitches because Hector Bravo is exposing everything. All right. This is a perfect example. Again, guys, I really want to have your take on what's happening here. Go ahead and comment on the below. I'm going to go ahead and tag Hector Bravo and release his channel here on the hyperlink on the bottom below. This is, again, something that everyone needs to be aware of. This is why people don't speak up, but there's still people like Hector Bravo that will continue to speak up no matter what. Go ahead and share your love for the people that speak up and for Hector Bravo. I'll go ahead and tag him on this. Until then, guys, keep fighting.
The Prime Initiative.